Hey guys, it's Woody, and this is my fourth video in my What's New in Consoles series. I've covered the Xbox 720, the PS4, the Steam Box, and now comes the Ouya. Instead of gameplay, I'm doing sort of a slideshow for you guys in case you haven't seen anything about the Ouya before. Let's get started. I'm going to start with the Ouya business model because it's interesting. Every game is going to be free to play games. That's the idea. If you don't know, in the PC world, free to play games have been tremendously popular and profitable, I should mention. Because what happens is you get the free game, you really love it, and then you start investing in it. You buy, I don't know, better guns, upgraded experience, more levels, whatever. And that's the Ouya business model. They want to capitalize on the success they're seeing in the free to play market over on the PC world and in the mobile world. If you're a games developer right now, it is hard to ignore the mobile world. The thing is exploding. You've got big AAA titles, which probably you and I love because, we're here on a gaming YouTube channel. But there are a lot of casual guys playing Angry Birds compared to the number of people playing Assassin's Creed 3. I assume that's true. I hope that I didn't get my numbers wrong. But they're here to bring those casual gamers back to the television and not just on their mobile phones. In terms of price and availability, it comes out in March, which I think is pretty firm. It's not like a Valve Steam kind of March. I bet it actually arrives in March. And it's going to cost $100, which is pretty cheap in terms of gaming consoles. All right, let's talk some hardware specs. In terms of RAM, it has 1 GB of RAM. That compares to the Wii U, which has 2 GB, the PS4, which is rumored to have 4 GB, and the Xbox 720, which is all but confirmed to have 8 gigs. So 1 gig on this console, you know what? It's not going to be a heavy-hitting graphics powerhouse. In terms of the CPU, it has the ARM Cortex A9, if I remember right, which probably means nothing to you, right? But it is the same CPU that's used in the PlayStation Vita, and it is the same CPU that's in the iPad 2. I think, it's that general class of CPU. So that gives you some idea of where it stands in the power curve. And the last thing is the GPU, the graphics processor, and it's the NVIDIA Tegra 3. And I don't know who else uses this thing, but it's a mobile-oriented GPU. And the GPU is what's responsible for drawing the pictures on your screen. And, you hear mobile-oriented GPU and you think, oh my God, that thing's going to suck. Why isn't it a desktop? But you know what? Mobile GPUs aren't that bad. My cell phone has the same resolution that my laptop does, roughly. That 1080p that you see on your phones, those are just smaller dots. It takes just as much smarts to power them as it does to power the 1080p monitor that you might be watching this on now. One thing they're not doing that some of the other consoles I've talked about were trying to do is go for that HDMI slot 1 on your television. This is just a games console. It has games and you can watch Twitch stuff. If you're into seeing StarCraft or Black Ops played, you can watch Twitch TV. But that's basically what they're going for, at least out of the box. It does do 1080p. I don't know why it couldn't handle movies. I think I saw that it had H.264 encoding, which is what a lot of them are played at. So it may be able to expand to be some sort of like Netflix type station later on, but that's not really their focus. Their focus is games. And it's interesting because their focus is games and being open. It's not so much, look, this is the next powerhouse to replace a gaming PC. It's, look, this is wide open. And you'll be able to develop games for this for free. And you can offer them for free. And there'll be some sort of advertising model, I suppose, that makes it happen. It's about removing that barrier to entry. Heck, even the hardware is open, right? You know how with the PS3, they lock that thing down as much as they possibly can? In this, they're like, knock yourself out. Buy this, do what you want with it. If you're some sort of hacker, tinkerer who loves to do this sort of thing, then we encourage you to make the most out of it. They're trying to sell these things basically to anyone who wants to buy them. And they're trying to open up the market for any independent game developers that are out there that might want to do their thing. That just about sums up the Ouya. I should be getting mine in March because I was one of those guys that funded the Kickstarter project. I wanted to get an early copy and show it to you guys. They already have the developer boxes shipping. Like I saw an unboxing of it, and there's not a whole lot to see in the unboxing video because it doesn't have the final materials. It's clear plastic, and it's kind of a quick and dirty version of what the consumers will eventually get. It's quick and dirty so that the developers can get their hands on it and started on it right now. I think what you're going to see is a lot of mobile apps run on this thing. You know, Jetpack Joyride, Angry Birds, Load Run, or Temple Run, I mean to say. Games like that are going to pop up on this thing immediately. and they're going to be free, and people are going to be playing them on their TV. And you might think, oh my God, mobile apps, how's that going to scale up to your big screen? It should be okay, right? You might have a 1080p display on your cell phone, and that'll look just fine on that big old plasma TV. So that's what they're doing here. I'm more excited about the sort of, AAA content consoles, stuff like the Steam Box, the PS4, and the Xbox 720. But I'm interested in this. If someone wants to try and shake things up and make it so that it's easier to develop games for a console, then, knock yourself out. I'll give it a shot. I'll see how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll let you know what this thing's like when I actually get it. All right, I hope you guys like the slideshow format. I promise you it's not less effort, it's more. But 2 videos you may have missed. On the left, my console playlist, where I talk about those other consoles, the Xbox 720, the PS4, etc. And on the right is Mail Monday, the ultimate friend zone. I give the best answer I've ever given on that, and I'm going to put the topic to rest for a while, and a guy who feels like he's forever alone. I thought it was pretty good this week. You can check it out, and have a good day.